You know, now that I think about it, I always see these other creators doing these CBR reviews, like these breakdowns of their lists. You know what? I think I should do that myself. Okay, loading in. He's what? Thank you to our $5 patrons, Sinus Lancelot and the Divine Anpu. And a big thank you to our $25 patron, the Mr. Greed. Now, before we hop into this breakdown of the top 15 strongest characters within 7 Deadly Sins, please be sure to leave your own list in the comment section down below. Leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, make sure that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come with the channel. Also, I do a Patreon down below where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Any support would be appreciated. Now, let's get into it. What's up, guys? Like the Pencil, and here we are to break down CBR's list in terms of the top 15 characters of 7 Deadly Sins. In terms of strength, power, everything, I don't know. Let's get right into it, all right? So let's break it down with a 3, 2, 1, go. Here, look, mouse moving, editing me. Know this, locate this, and get to editing. All right, so 15 most powerful characters in the 7 Deadly Sins ranked. Now, I'm assuming they mean the only anime here, because there aren't 15 7 Deadly Sins, so I'm not even going to get on them for that. I feel like whatever. Let me not get too specifics. This is by Iza Tipu, and this was updated July 14, 2021. When did the manga end? When did the 7 Deadly Sins manga end? I can't remember off the top of the dome, let me check real quick. When did the 7... I think it is by the time the manga ended, right? Because we had that like 6-month break till FKA. So this should be updated. It should be peak. All right. So is he Tapu? You got some standards to live up to. Let's see how you get it. And let's see. From Merlin to Demon King Zeldris. Here are the 10 strongest Huh? How we already got a discrepancy and we ain't even a whole sentence in, bro. 15 most powerful characters. Here are the 10 strongest characters. We just started, bro. That's how did you do that? I don't know how CBR's formats are done, but like, shouldn't this be like title, subtitle? Like, how do you have inconsistency that quick? Whatever. Interesting the note of Demon King Zeldris and not just the Demon King. I mean, to be fair, Demon King Zeldris' body, so it's fine. But you know what? Sometimes we all make mistakes. 10, 15, they're not close on the keyboard, but still close enough. You know, let's see. Sometimes mistakes happen. So let's see. This is an interesting picture. So we have mid-series Diane, I'm pretty sure, beginning of series King, and I believe beginning of series Bond. So let's go. Assessing power. Wait, so let's confirm. So like rank by power. Okay, so it isn't like an overall hacks thing. So some characters will be higher than others because it's just gonna be pure power. It won't be like a matchup based ranking where the person above can beat the person below 9 times out of 10. It may just be like a raw, juicy, girthy power standpoint. Alright, so we get to see. Assessing overall power when it comes to 7 Deadly Sins characters is always a controversial topic. Is it? The only, like, and this is just a me thing, and notably, because if there's one thing I can do, it's slander Mael. Like, Mael's really the only character you get a lot of contention with, I'd say. Like, inverse specifically, right? Because we're talking about inverse scaling here. Once you get to outverse, everything cross-verse is always contentious, right? But I don't like that feat. But I didn't see it happen, so it doesn't get like you go multiple different semantics. But like inverse, I'd say 7 Deadly Sins scaling is pretty simple. Like, especially by EOS, like they kind of make it very clear who's strong and who isn't, and like who's viable and who's not, just by like how the final fights go and like what the statements are. But I can see some confusion, like especially if because top 15 is like a stretch a little bit, and you can have like you have multiple variations of the Demon King. Do you include all of them? You have like the Supreme Deity, and then the older versions, like they're variations, right? And you could be doing EOS versus like primes, and that's different too because Meliodas and stuff like that. So like I can see it. And obviously Escanor's dead EOS, so there is no EOS Escanor. But interesting. Let's see. That's primarily because the highest tiers not come with a specified power. The wild thing is, right, and I'm still a big proponent of power levels are fun, don't use them to scale, but I've grown softer, right? Like I don't mind, do whatever you wish, really. Like I'm not so much adamantly against them, but there's a reason they don't come with a specified power level. Because Nakaba just couldn't think of it, and I made a whole power levels inconsistent. There's one thing wrong though. I forgot that Gowther thing was an outlier. That's not a case. But still, never been the biggest fan of power levels, especially because of that whole like lack of specificity and some of the numbers just don't even make sense. But that's a whole nother video for a whole another time. But so it's more about analyzing the battles they've won and what special abilities they possess. But if this is a power thing, special abilities don't really matter. Like, say you have a character who is, what's the word I'm looking for? Say you have a character that's real swole, all right? Like, they got massive gains, and they literally, like, are physically stronger than somebody. But then say someone has a nug backwards. The gains don't really matter, but in a ranking of pure power, you aren't going to count the nug as part of their, like, basic raw power. So, I mean, special abilities don't necessarily matter too much unless they're, like, a power increasing ability, at least when you're ranking things from weakest to strongest. But that's my view. Anime watchers beware, this article packs a lot of spoilers. Here are the most powerful characters from 7 of these things. Okay, so this is pre-anime finishing, post-manga ending. Alright, makes sense. Related, Zeldris sends top status deaths. Are there 10 deaths? There are a lot of deaths. Never mind. Who am I kidding? Updated, when you have a cast as large as 7 deadly sins, there's about to be a debate on the most powerful contenders. Are they from the sins themselves? Maybe they're part of the Four Knights of the Apocalypse, or they can be members of the Demon Clan. Individuals from most of these groups are represented in this list. There shouldn't be any Four Knights representation on this list. I just read number 15. And, like, the thing is, I definitely knew about it. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you and pretend like I didn't actually glaze through the list a little bit. But, like, or the Pendragon is strong with or without chaos. Alright. Here's the thing, right? Either way, this is horribly wrong. Because either you say that Arthur is top 15 and aka number 1 because he possesses chaos, the most powerful being in the verse, and or he's not in the top 15 because there are definitely 15 characters stronger than human Arthur whose best feat is cutting off the heads of, like, suppressed base Chandler and Cusack. Like, doesn't do anything to Zeldris, doesn't do anything to post-resurrection Meliodas, and there are a bunch of characters above that. Transform Cusack and Zeldris, Astral Body Ludociel, Mael. You could, honestly, depending on how you want to argue it, that feat's probably not even Archangel level, like lower Archangel level, like some commandment skill above that, like, not the best. Let me think. Can I name 15 characters off the top of the Demon King, Supreme Deity? Pretty much, I think, all the only sin I could see not, like, computer, why do you have to scream like this right now? I'm in the middle of recording. Could you not scream? Alright, but, like, I'm thinking in particulars, right? Supreme Deity, Demon King, Meliodas, Escanor, Bond, King, Merlin. I'm just talking about, like, human Arthur, by the way. Zeldris, Mael, Ludociel. Did I say Chandler and Cusack already? I'm not sure if I said Chandler and Cusack. Wait. I should make a list, but I'm pretty sure correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure you can get 15 characters above human Arthur if they're just referring to that. But, you know, let me stop speculating. Let me read. As ruler of Camelot, Arthur Pendragon is a powerful knight. Add that to a mentorship with Merlin, he seems unstoppable, especially when he's endowed with chaos. He gains the abilities. So this is Chaos Arthur. What do you mean? Like, he's not 15. He's 1. All right, so we aren't starting off good, but, you know, maybe they didn't want to make it too obvious, right? They try to break our ankles, okay? So maybe Chaos Arthur isn't the strongest in the verse, even though he's stated, shown, repeated, like, multiple things imply and or just flat out show he's strongest in the verse. Let's just leave it be. All right? Who's number 14? Diane is number 14. That's kind of a bar. That's kind of like, I'm kind of like arguably weak, but nah. Is that a bar? Is that a bar? Is that an like, is moving the Demon King? I feel like it kind of is, right? Like, could Chandler and Cusack move Demon King's Zeldris if they really wanted to? Like, could they really? I don't know. Whether she's the size of an adult, regular adult, or 30 feet tall, like those of the Giante clan, Diane is an example of not quiet power. She doesn't like to fight. Nevertheless, if provoked, she displays her prowess with maximum aplomb. I do not know big words. In classical ballet, aplomb refers to unwavering stability. Wow. I thought that was just a typo. That's an actual thing. Shout out to them. Top of this, Diane has the power of creation. Since her clan is connected to the earth, she can use this ability to manipulate her natural surroundings. Diane being 14... Can I name 13? Yeah, I can name 13. I'm pretty sure. Because the thing is, right? Unfortunately, Diane is like one of 2 sins to not do any damage to the Demon King. Like, at all. Like, the only thing you could hypothetically give Diane is that she made him grunt in pain. So if or grunt in pain and shock and surprise, right? So hypothetically, if you want to give her that, that puts her above a bunch of characters. Like, ironically enough, that puts her above Mael. But like the thing is, that's the only way I could really see it, because she managed to force him to move and she got some grunts out of him. That is a better feat than a lot of the verse. I still think 14 is a little bit low for her, because like Supreme Deity, Chaos Arthur, Chaos Cav. You could argue that. You could argue 14 is not the worst spot, but I could definitely see arguments for being higher. Nope. And we messed up. What is he doing here? What is he doing? 13 Tarmiel, all the power of the ocean. Who cares? Like, the dude's and like, this is the best thing though, right? Because Tarmiel has one of the best like on panel feats. Like, bam, 1 second, no ocean, next second all ocean. Like, the feat, spicy, love it, great for skill. But he's fodder. Like, I can easily name 15 characters above Tarmiel. Hold on, we're ready? Let's go. Chaos, Chaos Cav, Chaos Arthur, Chaos. Well, not even Chaos. Probably the Lady of the Lake, but let's be real. Merlin, Meliodas, Escanor. Merlin, Meliodas, Escanor, Bond, King. Arguably Diane. Shoot, Mael, Ludociel. That's 12. Chandler, Cusack. We already got past his placing. Let's be real. Well, no, not four command Mael's the same thing. The Enduras, like, there are definitely characters that go way beyond Tarmiel's level of strength. Full critical over Gal. No, I'm kidding. Like, there's Zeldris. I didn't even mention Zeldris, bro. Like, there are characters on characters that go above Tarmiel. This man is not number 13. Though not as powerful as Ludociel, Tarmiel can hold his own as a member of the four archangels. However, his power does not simply come from the three heads it possesses. He's a he. He's a he. He just has three heads. It's the ability of the Grace Ocean that makes him a formidable opponent. This power allows him to liquefy his body or ensnare others in a watery prison. In another space. I won't say dimension, because, like, someone always gets me on that. I'll give y'all credit. Y'all be listening way closer than I think you are. Because, like, the amount of time someone has said, hey, what, you say dimension, bro? I'd be like, whoa. I never said dimension. When I said dimension. So, a separate space. But at the same time, Tarmiel, way too high. Come on now, dog. Like, too many characters. Like, who isn't above Tarmiel? Like, no, like, who's left after Tarmiel? Like, you are running out of... But this isn't even Endura. Like, can you make an argument for Endura in the top 15? I mean, you could. You very easily could, because, like, Prime Elizabeth, but then again, the thing is, like, Prime Elizabeth kind of gatekeeps the Endura from going too high, because it's implied, essentially, by that entire interaction, that if she were to, like, 1v1 in Endura and use Let There Be Light, she would have easily, like, reverted them. But the problem was there were two of them, and Meliodas couldn't help her. Like, if she... I mean, that's still stupid, though, because, like, Meliodas is not only implied to be on the same tier, if not slightly above that Elizabeth. He could definitely brawl one of the Endura while Elizabeth takes care of one at a time. That's kind of just goofy plot stuff, so the Archangels can be revealed to be good guys. But even then, like, you're kind of getting gatekept by characters that may barely scrape into the top 15. Like, I'd say Goddess Elizabeth, because Demon King scaling. The weird thing is, though, right? I mean, I guess it's the power thing. The relativity of Prime Meliodas and Goddess Elizabeth to their parents is very weird. It's very, very weird. And I honestly always wonder that, and I'm gonna make a whole video about that, just talking about, like, the weird sort of relativity. Like, the Prime characters are either irrelevant or they're still kind of nutty by EOS. And I'll go into a whole video explaining that. But essentially, Derieri herself, like, she's definitely gatekeeps right out of the top 15. Like, there's no way Derieri is number 12. Like, I don't think I have to go into the massive list of characters that scale above her again. Even her Endura state, like, you can argue that Endura Derieri could take on, like, Transform, Chandler, and Cusack. Like, I'll give you that. But they aren't taking on the One Ultimate. They aren't taking on Full Wings King. They aren't taking on Demon King. They aren't taking on Supreme. Like, there's still a whole bunch of characters they are not messing with. So can't see Derieri being up. Let's see the justification, though. A member of the Ten Commandments, this crude and carefree demon represents of all things purity. That's hard to believe since her power makes her nearly invulnerable. What powers? Punching people? We saw how invulnerable she was when Meliodas got that run back. But before she's not absorbed by Mael. Her commandment is, and then she gets like. Mael really pulled up with the Spilgaki on Derieri. That was unfair. But Combo Star, this allowed her to create a chain of non-stop attacks against her opponent. Fortunately, she might be able to use that power in the future as Derieri still has a complete record of her memories when she's reincarnated. That's the thing, though. It's record of her memories, not her soul data. So I don't think she'll be reincarnated as her. Like, it may be a Rose situation where he ends up getting reincarnated, remembers everything, but she's just a dog. Like, it would suck, but I don't think she's gonna be reincarnated into an all-powerful demon again that can combo star people. Unfortunately, as cool as that would be, as spicy as that would be, I don't think that's gonna happen. However, bit too high, no justification. Gowther was an emotionless animated doll. Gowther's origins are similar to those of Pinocchio, initially created as emotionless and was he ever made to be emotionless? I don't think he was ever made to be emotionless. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Like, he was made to have a bunch of emotion. He was supposed to be a kid. Like, that's why Gowther raised him. I don't think he was ever meant to be emotionless. That's a little bit weird. And initially created as emotionless and dragging doll, gained sentience and emotion after a series of battles on unfortunate death. No, it didn't. Did you? And there's no justification for why he's number 11, but that's literally just not the plot. Like this right here, not the plot at all. Maybe you just didn't read it. Like, I get it. Sometimes you just don't be reading. However, like, Gowther's, like, once again, if we're talking about pure raw power, like, there's not much Gowther has to his name. If you really think about it and get down to brass tacks, he does nothing against the Prime Demon King other than activate Kill Switch, which is a hacks. He doesn't do anything there. He doesn't do anything to the Supreme Deity and Cursed by Light other than shut down her nerves, which is also a hacks. Like, the only thing you could say is that, oh, his hacks can affect those, like, high-level beings, even for either an instant in the case of, like 5 seconds in the case of Cursed by Light, and possibly, like, what? Well, no, there was no limit on Kill Switch, but that's because it was, like, amplified and multiplied a bunch. So, like, reasonably, if you ask me, if you were to throw it in my general direction, I wouldn't put Gowther in top 15 because he doesn't have feats. Gowther hasn't punched anything and done damage in forever. In terms of raw power, like, Gowther is a very sneaky hacks kind of guy, and you can definitely argue his speed could be up there because he's, like, running alongside and relative to his... Once again, he's not doing anything. He's kind of just jogging up, and, like, reasonably, I'd say it's just, like, plot stuff. Like, I don't think not that. I don't think Droll's Dance Diane is in a similar tier of speed to post-purgatory, post-true magic assault mode Meliodas. Like, I don't think those two are in the same speed tier, if I'm being completely honest with you. So, I don't know, I think Gowther keeping up, like, he's probably, top 15? No, but, like, what, in terms of raw power, he just doesn't have the feats, so I can't really give Gowther that high. Like, at least with Diane, who's lower than Gowther for some reason, she at least has, like, grunting of the Demon King to her name, and, like, moving him around. Gowther did nothing, so I can't really smack him on that one. Merlin is the best magician around. Merlin, you can definitely make an argument for top 15. I'd say so, because there are not too many characters that get above her. Like what? Your Chaos the Chaos family, as I like to call them, Meliodas, Escanor, Bond, King. I think that's about it, right? Because you can argue. The thing is, right? I like to call 7 Deadly Sins scaling. There's like Demon King fight scaling, and then there's rest of the series scaling. Like, technically, Merlin should be, without, like, prep time, it should be an inferior to, like, Transform, Chandler, and Cusack. That's what should be. However, with prep time, she managed to beat them. But at the same time, round start, she landed an explosion on the Demon King and damaged him while he was in his prime state, which is something that she couldn't do to Chandler when she Infinity Enhanced and Exterminate Ray. So obviously, like, their leap in power is insane there. So I'd say Chaos Merlin, not Chaos Merlin. She may have Chaos powers in FKA, but not yet. But the thing is, top 10, I can see arguments for that. I'm not going to go into my own specific list. I still haven't, like, fully thought that one out. But I have, like, a general 15-ish in my domer that I may make one day. Merlin's power level has been the center of controversy since the start. It was recorded around 4,710. About Camelot, she easily overpowers Camelot. Literally sack. Like, not even, no K. But Kusok. But Merlin has some serious spells to outwit even the most powerful enemies. Her strongest asset battles are incredible intellect and knowledge. She uses strategies to render her opponents helpless without direct engagement. For instance, Merlin knocks out Escanor unconscious by providing Power Amplify and Gowther's Blackout Arrow. You didn't mention any of her things with the Demon King. Or her, like, fighting Cath for a little bit. Even though I don't think she did any damage. I think she, like, I need to reread that fight because it's been a minute. But I think she literally blasts him. He's annoyed, and then paws her to the ground. Like, she doesn't do anything to him, but still. in the same vein, like she did damage to the Prime Demon King. That's a pretty meaty feat that I feel like you ought to mention. But obviously, if this is all you got for Gowther, I don't really expect you to have much from Merlin. Ludociel, no. Well, let me take a sip. Let me sip for that. Hold on. Y'all ready for that, Gowther ASMR? Alright, bet. But Ludociel, not that high. Not that high. Not that high. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. Like, top 15? Maybe? Chaos Family, Demon King, Supreme Deity, Escanor, Bond, King, Merlin, arguably Diane, Mael. I hate saying Mael. No, I'm kidding. But I'd say Zeldris even scales above him. Like, maybe. You can maybe. Yeah, he scales original demon-ish levels. Like, the original demon just barely scrapes into the top 15. So, yeah, actually, you know what? He's top 15, but he's not number 9. Simply put, like, I could see arguments for Ludociel in the top 15, but I wouldn't put him anywhere near number 9. In fact, wait, I keep forgetting my boy Wild. Wild may just kick him out of the top 15. But, yeah, Ludociel, the superior intelligence just ain't it. While his power level does not speak much of his abilities, it is evident that Ludociel is a beast in terms of the true sense of the term. I mean, he's on demon time despite hating demons. That's true. As the leader of the Archangels, his host form can easily be compared to Mael. Host form, Mael with 4 commandments. Oh, that's true. Like, numbers-wise. More impressive is superior intelligence and extraordinary magical powers. You could just do the original demon scaling. Like, notably, 200,000 kind of becomes a nothing number. Like, I think Ludociel's is the highest power level we get by the end, like, solid number. Like, we know Hawk says, oh my, once he got 4 commandments, his power level, it's risen to over 200,000. But in terms of, like, a solid number, I think this is the most solid one we get. Like, we can calculate other numbers pretty easily, just because, like, we know demons twice as strong at night. We know Chandler and Cusack's base power levels without night. Bada bing, bada boom, we double that. That's greater than Ludociel's. But in the same vein, right? It doesn't do enough for 4 command Mael, and like this is a wild thing to say, right? And this is just goes to don't drink soda, kids. But this just goes to show you how wild the end of series gets when I say this. 4 command Mael is kind of fodder, like being comparable to him. Like, and I'm just doing this in this statement. Like, I obviously know original demon scaling, yada yada. But like 4 command Mael is so fodder that he was getting bullied by freshly awakened Full Wings King who had split his spirit spear 4 times over. And according to Nakaba himself, every time King splits the spirit spear, it gets drastically weaker. So like, you want to talk about 4, and like reasonably, King is top 4. Like, he's top 4 and he's at number 4. Like, that's it. He's number 4 strongest Sid. And there's a wide margin, I'd say, even between him and Bond, and then there's probably a smaller but still wide margin between Bond and Escanor, the One Ultimate Escanor, and then there's an even wider gap between like True Magic and the One Ultimate. So like there's some gaps there. So Form Command Mael is kind of fodder, so I wouldn't use him to scale. I'd just use the original demon stuff. Speaking of, look who's here. The original demons launch. The Sinner gets strong with each hit. Sinner's place is owed to his most notable ability, Crisis. Not top 10 though. Not top 10. I can see arguments for top 15, especially like the only one I can see for top 10 for the original demon is actually his his original form, like him plus the 10 commandments. That I could definitely see being top 10 because it's essentially Demon King, like Demon King Meliodas plus the power of the original demon, which we already know is pretty monstrous, like comparable to Demon Mark, Nebula's. Well, not necessarily. I still think Zell takes that fight pretty readily. But still, like, in that near endgame tiers of power where he's not necessarily booted out of the top 15. But at the same time, kind of gets, like, this version of him, the one we see in the modern narrative, pretty fodder to some EOS characters. Like, if you get one shot by Mael after some amps, he ain't doing too well. But at the same time, it'd be like that when it'd be like that sometimes. So I'll give him a pass, but not top 8. Not top 8. He's definitely a bit lower than that. Goddess Elizabeth. Once again, like, with her healing, she managed to damage the Demon King in reverse, right? Like, well, I forget. Did she damage him, or did the Demon King shut the magic off? I think I think she did damage him. I'm pretty sure. Well, even if not, right? Like, the Demon King was worried enough about her healing magic that it was like, oh no, let me actually shut the ruler off so she doesn't do decent amounts to me. So that's already a good feat. However, is it a number 7 feat? Heck no. Like, and this is once again, like a raw power thing. She kind of, well, then again, once again, it's a 50-50, right? Like, if you want to say that human Elizabeth is, just because she's human, is inherently weaker than goddess Elizabeth, like, just because, you know, the lacking biology, then that feat where she, like, throws not base Zeldris, but, like, throws Demon King Zeldris in his first form around casually with Arc, and then proceeds to scare him away from damage when he's in his prime state, like, those are some crazy feats to attribute to goddess Elizabeth. The only reason I don't like attributing those feats to goddess Elizabeth is just because it doesn't make sense narratively. Like, you mean to tell me Elizabeth didn't hit the Demon King once? Like, even in passing? Like, if Meliodas and Elizabeth were in that tier of strength where they could, like, actually throw hands with, and, like, literally, Elizabeth low-key kind of bullies the Demon King in his first form, which should be pretty much an equivalent to the one she fought 3,000 years ago, because that's the one that gave up the commandments. Like, the only arguable thing you could make is, like, maybe but now love wouldn't have been that much of an amp, even if the Demon King had stolen it back right then and there. And once again, the scaling essentially just doesn't light up. Like, I attribute EOS Final Fight Goddess Elizabeth or the Human Elizabeth as separate from Prime Goddess Elizabeth, just because, like, it doesn't make sense in narrative for Goddess Elizabeth to be as strong or stronger than the Goddess Elizabeth, or stronger than the Human Elizabeth that managed to do decent amounts of damage to the Demon King. That's just me, though. Let me see what they say. Being the daughter of the supreme deity, Elizabeth's power is much more than meets the eye. Although her fighting abilities are not exactly promising, she does have some serious magical tricks up her sleeve. That includes inducing. I thought it was going to say that includes including, but no, that includes inducing the will of her opponent so that they no longer want to fight. She easily defeated 2 and see, you and, like, all you guys, like, there are very few. I will give you this. You are not as rampant as the Mael fans. I swear, I turn a corner and there's a Mael fan. I open the trash can, there's a Mael fan. That's where they belong. I open my fridge, there's a Mael fan. Like, y'all Mael fans are running rampant, and I'll never. I mean, it's kind of fun though. I'm not gonna lie, but still, at the same time, y'all Mael fans, nutty, but reasonably, it's like. Like this, she easily defeated the 2 Enders at the same time, is the equivalent of Meliodas' equal. No. Meliodas is stronger than or weaker than Prime Mael. Like, they're two statements that, if you look at the manga itself, are instantly contradicted. If she had beat the 2 Enders easily, she would not have needed help from Tarmiel and Sariel. She needed that extra boost. She needed all the time in the world. And on top of that, Mael ran, gosh darn it. So I don't really see that. She didn't defeat him easily. Her power level was mentioned to be 19-125. Abilities are forced to be reckoned with. And once again, that's Human Elizabeth. That's not even Goddess Elizabeth. That's Human Elizabeth pre-memories unlock, I'm pretty sure. The Fairy King's powers awoke in an important battle. And they did indeed. He's not number 6, though. He's not number 6. Let's see. Yeah, he's not number 6. Maybe? No, right? Chaos Arthur. I mean, it depends if you want to include Chaos himself. No, not even. Not even, because Chaos. Let's say Chaos and Chaos Arthur are the same thing. Chaos, Cath, Meliodas. Oh my, sorry. Chaos, Cath, Meliodas, Escanor, Bon. Blanking. Demon King, Supreme Deity, like, they're still above Full Wings King, unfortunately. So he ain't number 6. He's up there, but he ain't number 6. Oh, I just scrolled way too far, and he's way too low. But the thing is, let's see what they say. Fans of 7 Deadly Sins saw King's power awaken when he managed to pierce through Bond's chest with a single spear strike. Yet that's nothing compared to his form with full-grown wings. Then he easily took care of Mael with 4 commandments. Estimated that King's combat levels in his most powerful form around 4,000. I can't read. 416,000, and that's a low ball. Well, the thing is, right, I'm not sure power levels scale linearly, right? Because notably, going off the feats, like, Prime Meliodas should be in those like millions of power level tiers, and I'll explain that in my power level video. That's just if you do linear scaling, right? But reasonably at the same time, can't be that. I don't know. It's very, very strange. But obviously, if each spear weakens drastically and each spear is essentially able to bully and one-shot Mael, let's say drastically weakened, even though it should be more as just like a halving amp, reasonably, King beat Mael with like 1/8 of his freshly awoken power. Wait, what? Is that right? I mean, it depends. If like each spear halves the power of them all. So like half, a fourth, an eighth, a 16th. If he'd beat him with a 16th of his power, that's nutty. But still, not like I'm not too nonplussed by this. Like this doesn't make me angry, but like I still say he's a bit too high. Not by much, but still too high. Escanor's the one power is the greatest in the daytime. I give credit to people who color. It could not be me. But undoubtedly one of the strongest characters in Heavily since Escanor's power level is estimated to be around 798. Where did y'all get that number? Where did y'all get that number? Escanor can become the most powerful entity for one good minute. Nevertheless, his powers are practically nothing at night. They actually disintegrate around, I guess it's supposed to be noon? But they gradually disintegrate around no. Thus, he only has full power for a limited time. This raises the question of how invincible Escanor really is. The one ultimate isn't even mentioned here, but I think, actually, if you kind of squint it the right way, yeah, he surpasses, I mean, you could argue he surpasses the Demon King and the Supreme Deity at that point in the one ultimate. So then you would just have the Chaos family. I mean, it depends if you fuse Chaos and Chaos Arthur into one, but I think you need to separate them, because then you would go Chaos, Chaos Arthur, Chaos Cath, Mael, Escanor. Like, Escanor being 5 kind of works, just not for the reasons I listed. Nope. Put it back. I know, and you know what? I bet all the Mael fans are screaming, laughing, and just go. Y'all knew about this, didn't you? Y'all do. There's no way y'all have Mael/Estarossa at number 4. There's no way you have. I can't fight the Demon King. He's too scary. Oh no, he's so menacing. Like, you don't. There's no way you have him there. Like, there's no way on this good green earth that my retinas are processing this information correctly, bro. There's no way you have this ugly, broken, knockoff assault mode, looking stupid, dumb, like no way you have this man this high. There's no above Escanor, above Full Wings King, above my will to live. Nah, but I'm kidding. Like, arguably, he's weaker than Goddess Elizabeth, because at least Goddess Elizabeth on panel fought an assault mode Meliodas. I cannot say the same thing for Mael. Goddess Elizabeth, as we saw in that one panel, we didn't get to see either fight, but we know in one case, the two fought, Meliodas was caught off guard and Elizabeth did some damage to him. The other case, Mael just dipped. Homeboy ran. So even Goddess Elizabeth gets above Mael. You can't be doing this to me, dog. Mael/Estarossa has the greatest subject. That doesn't matter. Homeboy's Florida. Estimated power is far less compared to that of Escanor. Still, fact. What? So you even know what? Mael's estimated maximum power is far less compared to that of Escanor. Then why is he above him? Still, the fact remains he's the original Will of Sunshine. Unlike Escanor, Mael is the run the palace at the sun. Are we sure about that? Are we sure about that? Because, like, for my Charisma Light people, y'all saw what Mael was doing in that movie, right? Oh, all of nothing. He was dying to slaughter random goddesses, bro. He had to get saved by Gila. Unless Gila is this top 3 character, unless Gila is the next character that pops up, don't ever come to me and tell me that Mael Graceless has some power. That's why that man was so desperate and fiending for them commandments, bro. That was a whiff of power that he never had and never deserved. That boy was fiending. He was itching for that power. I know he was. Come on now, bro. Don't ever put Mael this high. None of this makes it. Yes, Escanor can allegedly destroy Mael and is one invincible. No, he can't. Like, literally, Final Shrine Escanor Soul is like 85% of the verse. I'm not talking about the one ultimate. I'm talking about the barehanded Escanor that showed up to that fight. Like, that final Demon King fight, he solos the whole time of the verse because he's that strong. Mael included. Nah, bro. This is not the wave. Bond is a high talent self against Diane. Bond being number 3, Too high, too high. Like, and notably, I love Bond, but he ain't that strong. Maybe if he kept his immortality, bro. But not even then. He's not that strong, unfortunately. It's hard to estimate how much powerful, blah, blah, blah. Current 700,000. Where are these numbers coming from? His one weakness before stay, exclusively low tolerance level, seems to have disappeared. That was only with his magic. However, after all those years of training under harsh conditions, Bond of high tolerance level and stuff like this, you snatch easily. Sadly, he never does this. Paired with the fact that he has fought the Demon King for 60 years, a perfect portrayal of how potentially strong Bond is. This is true, but he's not top 3 level. Like I said, the whole Chaos family kind of kicks him out of top 3. And then you have Meliodas, then you have Escanor, you have the Supreme Deity and the Demon King. Like, you have people that definitely keep Bond out of that top 5 to, like, he's in top 10. He's easily in top 10. I can't think of more characters that are, like, on his level. But he's not that guy. Like, he's not that guy. He's strong. He's unbelievably strong. But he's not top 3 level. I can't give him that. Zeldris. You say Demon King Zeldris, but this is regular Zeldris. What? Wait, where's the Supreme Deity? If this is Demon King Zel, I'm assuming your strongest is going to be, like, True Magic Mael. Because for some reason you put Chaos Arthur at the bottom. So, I don't... Where's the Supreme Deity? She should at least be, like... Technically, she should be below Escanor. But still, like, going off... She should be around here. But you just have... Oh, well, that spoils it. But still... And it doesn't make sense. Wait a second. The Demon King has estimated power. Where did this come from? That should have been enough of this Omnis Nebula magic resistance. However, he absorbed all 10 commitments and experienced Demon King control his body. And then it's probably safe to say Zeldris came final form. A very hard time. No, it isn't. I say this wholeheartedly and indubitably. If Meliodas was not holding back and decided, you know what, I'm sorry, Zell, I gotta sacrifice you to the afterlife, he would have one-shot his father. If Mel went true magic and just went kaplooey and bada bing bada boom, the Demon King's dead. Like, I'm not gonna lie. No way, not today. Yeah, but, and the thing is, DKZ doesn't even use Omnis Nebula because it's not his magic. Like, sorry. He ain't up there, especially not that version of Zeldris. Even Cursed by Light Zeldris, unfortunately, the man ain't that strong, so I can't give him number 2. And number 1, Meliodas' final form is strong summon ball. That's not Meliodas. That is the Demon King, El Demonio, if you will. Meliodas is undoubtedly the most powerful of all 7 deadly sins. How is he the stronger than the Demon King himself? Well, he absorbed all the 10 commandments. Ay, Dios mío, mi amigo, ¿por qué? But es un problema muy grande para. Let me stop. Sorry, but no. There's just a constant confusion. I noticed this on TikTok too. Ironically enough, I dabble a little over there. Okay, but the thing is, right? Everyone tends to assume that Demon King Meliodas has the commandments when he very explicitly on panel destroys them using his true magic form. Like, where does this, like, you just had to have not watched the show. Like, that misconception, I just assume comes from not watching the show. Because, like, he didn't absorb all the 10 commandments. And when he did, he turned into this guy, who's the Demon King, not him. Not it. Combined, he did undisputedly king the most powerful being in 7 of these as well. Nope, not stronger than Chaos. Not stronger than Chaos. He wasn't stronger than Hakumama, gosh darn it. But, plus on Purgatory, spent 1,000 years fighting the Demon King. Yeah, I'm... Mid-list, W mid. But yeah, it's about exactly what it's exactly as I expected. No, but like, actually, it is pretty much the realm I expected. I didn't think it was going to be too accurate. Like, and I'll be real, some of these characters, you can argue for top 15. Like, there's nothing, nah, these two gotta go. Like, I hate to admit it, those two, you can't argue. But that's the only blasphemous one. And it's in either way thing. Like, there's no Arthur that's 15. He's either 30 or what? No, I'm kidding. He's either in the top maybe 25 or he's number 1. He's not a 15. That's the only blasphemous, unbelievable, incorrect, like absolutely incorrect thing that I will like critique this list for. It's just that Chaos Arthur, way too swole. Human Arthur, not swole enough. However, enough of my critiques, enough of that. Please tell me what you guys think about this list in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And make sure you hit that little notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also, I do have a Patreon down below, so where you can support me for as low as $1 a month. Any support would be appreciated. Now, thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with the Pencil, writing off.